Okay, everybody, welcome to the third lecture of AZD, As Within, So Without. We have the base now. Now I'm gonna give you the real. Get ready. So I delayed this product because of the information I'm about to give you right now, coupled with the next lecture and one after. As Within, So Without. I did a lecture a while back in Las Vegas, and I remember we were at the Hard Rock Hotel, and I did give a lecture. During that time, my girlfriends were Electron, Hannah, and Raquel, and I explained a very small process. I just kind of grazed over making a representation of the woman over there inside here and being able to influence her from far away. Many of you have asked me about that since then, and I have not felt that it was the right time to teach it. I'm going to teach you now something extremely, extremely powerful. Are you ready? Here we go. This will make a lot of sense, actually. Take any subject. I want you to take the subject of money. Let's start with money. And think about how your money situation is on the outside, right? And I say on the outside because you'll see why. Think about how your money situation is. Okay, you have a job or you don't have a job, and how much you make and your bills, and kind of get a feeling of it. I want you to get the idea and a feeling. Get the idea, like images that come up, and a feeling of your money situation. Can you do that? Okay, great. Now, there's your money as a feeling. The process is this. Take a look inside deeper. You have an internal representation, an internal idea, a definite internal feeling about your money. And that feeling deep in you about your money, that core essence of how you relate to money is deep in you. You can feel it. Check it out. If it's a lack of it or abundance of it, whatever. That right there, my friends, is your money condition, not outside. So this is why you can get a bunch of jobs, raise like $2,000, lose the $2,000 because your car crashes. Raise $800, then your car gets a flat tire. Your money just keeps going even when you make it a lot. And sometimes you're totally broke and somehow money comes in because your internal sense is exactly your reality outside. On the outside, you're trying to change the condition, but internally, you have a very definite, exact idea, image, and feeling about your money. Now, take a look at your relationships. Or a relationship. Take a look at like boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything like that, okay? Take a look at it. And I want you to notice something. There is what it is on the outside, whether they love you, they don't love you, you've been together for a year, you're just dating, you're talking, and then look inside. You have an internal representation. I'll do it with you. Let me do somebody. First, check what it is. Yep, there it is. And that feeling, that idea, that feeling is actually what's manifesting on the outside. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to go outside and change the outside. And you can keep changing the outside, but as long as the inside remains the way that it is, the outside will continue to what? The outside will continue to remain true to your own reality. This is very, very powerful if you see it. See, you kind of known this, but what you haven't done is this part. You have an internal representation. You have an internal representation of relationships. And you are creating that all the time. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, hold on. We'll do the process after, okay? Now, take a look at, we did money, we did relationship. Take a look at your own concept internally. Look deep, my friends. You can find it, okay, as I have. You have an internal representation of your physical body. How it feels to you on the inside. How do you see and feel your body on the inside? How is it represented internally to you? See if you can locate this now. Go ahead and locate it. Locate what it feels like on the inside. Okay, that right there, whatever you felt on the inside, I guarantee is what's happening on the outside. Now, what happens is some people might go, wait. The reason why I have that internal feeling on the inside, the reason why I have that is because the outside is whatever it is, and so that's what's going on. That's not true. And let me tell you why I know it's not true. Because if that was the case, every time you change, this is the answer, every time you change the outside, you get a new job, you get a new girlfriend, you get whatever the fuck's going on, every time you change the outside, then the inside would have changed too. But what happens is a person who's fat can become skinny and buff or look good or lose weight or whatever. And what happens is, even though from the outside everybody says that they look great, everybody says they're beautiful, everybody says that they look amazing, if you actually enter the person's internal world, their internal world hasn't changed yet. They still feel fat, no matter how skinny they are. They still feel kind of goofy, no matter how alpha they are. And because of that, we can be assured that it cannot be the outside that changes the inside. Because the outside can keep changing. Midas, what are you doing? Okay. The outside can change, but the inside stays the same. But the other way we can also observe, which is when the inside changes, the person's internal reputation changes, then when they work out or they make money or whatever, then it seems to last and the change continues to go forward. Now, I am the example of this. As you've seen me, if you've been following me for years, I've been putting my stuff online for 10 years now, you will see, I think 10 years, you will see such a shift in my condition everywhere, from physique to girlfriends to money to everything that's going on, right? Well, because for me, it's first inside, then outside. Do you understand? So here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to do an exercise with it. Remember how you had, a relationship thing, you had a money thing, and you had a physique thing? I want you to take any of those, and I'll walk you through it, okay? That's right. Arash, motherfucking T-Bazaar is going to coach you right through it, okay? That's right. Take any of those, and I'll take one myself. I'm going to do one myself. Okay, let me see. First, you see, I'm going to do a relationship one on this one, okay? So I'm going to take a person, and I'm going to see how I represent them inside. You take anything, money, relationship, health, whatever. I'm going to see how I represent them. You do the same. First, I look to see how the outside condition is, our relationship, kind of get an idea of it. Now I look to see how I represent it inside. You do that, and we'll continue. Give me a second. For me, there's a sense of scarcity, a sense of missingness that I'm hold with this person as an image. Okay, but now we're about to do some fucking alchemy on this bitch. You ready? You're like, wait, Arash has that about a girl? I keep meeting girls for the purpose of feeling this, so that I can keep exploring this art form. Okay, do you get it? Sleep. Yes, of course. All right, here we go. So now we take that image, ready, or that feeling. Let me spot it again. You do the same. Follow along. Let me see. There it is. Now I'm going to shift it, and you're gonna do the same. What am I gonna do with it? I'm going to feel what it's like when it's the way I want it to be. Hold on. So for example, if you're broke, you're going to feel what it's like to be wealthy. You're just going to create a feeling and change the internal representation. There's an image there too, so I need to change the image. So what am I doing? I'm seeing my phone text coming through, my phone ringing. I'm seeing the person talking to me a certain way. I'm seeing their eyes. I'm seeing their smile. I'm seeing what they're saying. I'm getting a new representation, and I'm making it internally here. I'm not doing it out here anymore. I'm making it inside my system now. Then I'm start thinking all the things that I would be thinking and saying if the situation was in this case, what I want it to be. What would I be saying to others about the situation? So I hear myself say it, and I see myself say it to others. Then I see what I'd be thinking to myself if this was the situation. That's my dog licking his fucking arm. All right, and then now I bring it all together into a feeling. You could keep adding to this, by the way, but I want to look at that person again and check internally the feeling, the image. It's better. It's not fully done. And now I do the process again. I add things again. I run it again. What would the person look like when they saw me? That's right. How would my phone? When I look at it, what would it say? What would it be? How many times a day? That's right. What would I be thinking? What would I be saying? What would my friends be saying? What would her friends be saying? What would be my comfort level in the situation? Add that. Let's create a super comfort level. In total, I know this. And so a feeling of course it's like that. You don't have to worry about it anymore. There it is. You don't have to worry about it anymore. There it is. Add that into the mix as I'm doing it with you. You need to get the feeling of, it's just not a worry. You know that's what it is. It's just what it is. Get the feeling of what you just created is just what it is. That's what the situation is. That's it. Beautiful. Okay, if your eyes were closed open, if they weren't, and you're just playing along, then that's good. Give me a second. Let me look at this thing. Now, is that amazing or what, man? If you didn't, if you got the results, then you know what you felt. You felt a shift, and that situation now will change. I promise you. But see, the discipline is this. You must continue that exercise or something similar to it throughout your days coming. Every single time the thought of that person or that subject or that thing comes up, you have to do this thing again. Every time. Every time. Okay? Eventually, you will notice. I swear on my life, everybody. I'm a living proof of this shit. Okay? You will notice at some point it fully shifts on the inside. And then when you think about that person or that situation, it's got a totally different feeling. You're about to change reality, my friends. You must have confidence. You must have confidence in it. This is the idea of faith. This is how it comes across. You must have faith. You must know this shit's just a done deal. It's as within, so without. And once you begin to recognize that the entire universe is represented inside of you, the you is whatever your concept of you is, but it's definitely internal. You are processing this whole universe inside of you. It looks like it's outside, my friends, but it's not. The way that you are perceiving the world and what's happening to you, to the world, for the world, to your friends, for your friends, the way you're perceiving that is different than the way I'm perceiving it and Jack and Jill. Because it's all happening here. Outside is energy moving, molecules moving, sounds, vibrations. We are defining it. My dog is here. Midas is with me. He doesn't interpret the world the same way I interpret the world. When he sees poo on the ground, he thinks it's a good idea to go sniff it, maybe even eat some of it. I mean, poo is poo. His interpretation is different than mine. His is better for a dog. Mine's better for a human. Right? Which brings me to the next technique in this lecture. You can, I'll take my dog as an example. You can recognize that from my dog's perspective, from the way that he views the world looks a certain way, sounds a certain way. He has his own evaluations of things, good and bad. He has his own ways of being that are his ways of being, not my ways of being. And in the dog world, if I or you decided to behave like humans, we wouldn't do well as dogs. And in the human world, if he became a dog, he wouldn't do so well. However, since he is my pet, he is my animal, and I am his owner or master, we are friends, and he's my brother, really. Since this is the case, the exercise is simple. I can ask him and create in me his image internally and ask him how he would face a situation that I'm facing and wait for the answer that comes to me. And you have to try this. And that answer that comes to you, you can now decide if you can use some of your animal's perspective in the human world, and it may give you an advantage. You see, being total dog in a human world is not going to work, and being total human dog world is not going to work, but there are certain things that if I was a dog and I still kept some of my humanity to me, I could be more brilliant and more successful and help the dog race evolve. And dogs can learn from humans, and humans can learn a few things from dogs, and cats can learn from dogs, and dogs can learn from cats, and every creature can look at another creature and say, the simple question is simple. This is the question. This is the teaching. You ask yourself this. From your perspective, my friend, the cat, the tree. From your perspective, how do you evaluate the situation that I'm in? What do you see? And how would you deal with it? And then you pay attention to the answers. And then you evaluate those answers. And you see if those answers can be used in the human world. And you would be surprised. You would be so fucking surprised to know how much power you can generate with what I just said. Isn't that fucking amazing? I blow my own mind. I tell you, I blow my own mind. That's how I know I'm good. I blow my own mind. And right now I just blew my own mind. Okay, there we go. You're tracking with me? We're doing good? Yes? Two such powerful teachings that I had to do the product again. I couldn't do the lectures I was trying to do. I had to give you these two. One, you have a total representation of the entire universe inside of you, and that representation inside of you is actually what your world is being. You have to experiment with what I said and practice, just like practicing the guitar. It's like lifting weights or doing martial arts. You have to practice to get good at what I taught you. And secondly, you have to know that you have the ability, and I'll go over this more in other lectures, probably another product that's more relevant to this. This is as within, so without. So you could ask the perspective of a dog and go, how do you see the situation? And the dog will give you what the dog's representation internally of that situation is that's different than yours. Maybe a dog would say to you about a breakup, move on. Isn't there another dog over there in the heat? Go eat, go piss, go bite, go run. You'd be like, wait, what? That's so simple. And the dog would say to you, it is simple. You made it complicated. You made this thing, love, really complicated. Now, that's a powerful lesson. And I could go on and on and on. But you see, one of the reasons that nobody could catch Arash Divazar is Arash Divazar has this ability that I just told you. How many creatures Arash Divazar is familiar with? Their perspective. A lot. So be it. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. I sure as fuck enjoyed it so much. Be the best, fuck the rest. Start telling the world how powerful this information is. You are literally listening to the stuff that the ancients would have you know.